transform those frequencies into, what's a bit long? Oh, whoops.
It's better.
Oh, that was better?
Mm.
Okay. So the first question that you might get is to calculate those frequencies and turn them into relative frequencies. So the way that you do this is you add up all the absolute frequencies and then you take each individual frequency and divide it by the total. So for the first one, you have 20 divided by 30, for example. Then you'll be asked to calculate percentages. So all you do is take the relative frequency and multiply it by 100. And then you can answer questions about it. So how many times were two items sold? You can just read that off from the absolute frequencies. What was the relative frequency of selling 3 items? You can read that from the table. Or it might ask you for percentages. And the percentages, remember that some of the questions said something like, what is the percentage of items where less than 2 items were sold? So going back to the original table at the top, you have 0, 1 or 2. Less than 2 means 0 or 1. So you add up the 2 percentages for, so you had 67% of the time you sold 0 items, and 60% of the time you sold 1 item, so those combined means that 83% of the time you sold less than 2 items. So those are the kind of questions from the frequency table that you need to be able to fill out. How to plot a frequency polygon was covered in the workshop. So that was basically just, you consider each of those points, number of items sold and the absolute frequencies as x and y coordinates. You plot them in the coordinate plot and you join them. Calculate the angle on a pie chart. So that is just basically, instead of calculating percentages where you multiply the relative frequency by 100, you multiply the relative frequency by 360 to get the angle instead of percentage. Then we moved on to histograms. So here we have continuous data, so we create these intervals where we say, all right, what were the number of outcomes that we saw that were between these 2 values? And a favorite question, or one that keeps popping up all the time, is what is the class interval? So what we mean by that is when we hit some of the intervals, and all you need to do is look at the way the intervals are described and take the upper boundary minus the second boundary. Okay, so 20 minus 10 is 10. So the interval width, or the class interval, would be 10. So you just always take the upper boundary minus the lower boundary. Then, how many, so the question is, so how many top-ups over $20? So here's just a reminder that it will make it clear, the intervals always make it clear that the upper boundary is up into that value and not more. So if it says more than $20, then you have to go to the interval that has it as the lower boundary, because that's from then onwards. And you were also asked to plot the histogram in the workshop. So that's just where the intervals, just remember they're on the x-axis and the heights are just the frequencies. Relative, absolute, whatever. And finally, this is a cumulative plot. That's probably a wee bit hard to see, so I'll just zoom in a little bit more. So the idea of a cumulative plot is that you can now answer questions such as how much did 50% of people spend on top-ups? And what you do is here on the y-axis you have the percentages or the cumulative frequencies. So you go to wherever 50% is, and then you move left and read it off from the line where it meets the x-axis. And so in this case you should be able to see that it's just under $20, which is the amount that 50% spent. And finally, really easy marks to get in the exam is a question on misleading graphs. So you may either, like in the quiz, you're shown plots and you're supposed to choose which one of those is the misleading one. And misleading, what we mean by that is either chart jump, so it's like in 3D when it's supposed to be, or it can obviously be 2D. Or if you have incorrect axes, so that was another favorite way of, so if it doesn't start at 0, and it just starts at 1,000, it makes the bars look more different than they actually are. That's a typical way of trying to mislead people. So, so another thing you might get is you're shown a plot and you're supposed to say why